Hi everyone, Dr. Madewell here, and today I want to revisit how to calculate reliability coefficients for your variables within your study. I'm going to share my screen to show you the Trusting Myself dataset. This is one of the archived dataset samples. If we go to the codebook, in the codebook you can see that there's the COPE, which is made up of 60 items. They're on a Likert scale from 1 to 4. And there's 15 subscales that are within these 60 items. And we didn't make this up. This was created by the researchers who developed the COPE inventory. Now, let's say we're using positive reinterpretation and growth as our subscale in our data set. What we need to do in the method section is to calculate the reliability coefficient for these items. So let's do that together. So we have items 1, 29, 38, and 59. 1, 29, 38, and 59. Now let's open up SPSS. And I need to open up this Excel document. And I had just downloaded it. Called the Trusting Myself dataset. And I want to bring in that data set, not the code book, but the data set, and hit OK. I'm going to go ahead and wait for that to load real quick. I need some Jeopardy music here. Okay. All right. Now, this is our Trusting Myself data set. So let's look here at our, we're going to scroll to the COPE items, and here they are. And what we want to do is we're going to go back to Excel. We want to get the score for 1, 29, 38, and 59 to calculate the reliability. How reliable are those 4 questions at measuring positive reinterpretation and growth? So if I go back to SPSS, I'm going to go to Analyze, Scale, Reliability Analysis. Analyze, Scale, Reliability Analysis. And now I'm going to scroll down to these COPE items. I keep scrolling way too far. My goodness. All right, so I needed the COPE 1, the 29, what were they again? 29, 38, and 59. 38 and 59. I want my model to be alpha, Cronbach alpha. All of these other types of reliabilities you might learn in a doctoral program. Okay, not today. When we go to statistics, this drop box pops up. And what I want you to pick is descriptives for each item and descriptives for the total scale if an item is deleted. And let's go ahead and hit continue. And OK. our results pop up. And here we can see that those 4 items, the Cronbach's alpha coefficient is a 0.809. When we look at our reliability coefficients, they run from 0 to 1.00. Okay, so here is going to be no reliability. Maybe at a point, I'm going to give you a 0.6, and I don't think that's quite past half, but 0.6 is kind of our do or die level. If it's greater than 0.6, then we can say, I'm going to switch. So if it's 0.6, we have a weak reliability, but acceptable. A 0.65 to a 0.75 is a moderate reliability. And I would say anything, maybe I'd really like maybe a 0.80 and plus is good to high reliability as it gets higher. Okay. We really, I had a plus sign, didn't I? We really don't want a reliability value less than 0.6. It means that our questions are not reliably predicting our variable. Okay. So over here, oh, I wanted that to be red. Okay. So anything past this point is a no-no. Here should be predicted. Here is with caution. And then anything, let's say this is that 0.80 and better, really means that our items are measuring our subscale or our variable adequately. All right, trying to make this as quickly as possible. So I want to state that in your method section, you have your method section, and when you have your material subheader, and you say, what was that? Positive, I think it was positive reinterpretation and growth. Okay. And you can say from a COPE subscale, and you can say the researcher and year it was published. For this study, I used 4 items from the COPE inventory that measure positive reinterpretation and growth. Participants respond to the 4 question items with responses that detail that they are not at all like them, and that gives a 1, to exactly like me, with high scores indicating high positive reinterpretation and growth, or something like that. I'm just not going to type it all out. The Cronbach alpha, oh my goodness, reliability for this subscale within the current data set is 0.81, which demonstrates adequate reliability, period. Okay, so where do our reliabilities go? At the very last section, or very last sentence of our materials paragraph for each of our measures that were measured on Likert scaling. If you're using yes, no questions, you won't calculate your reliability. It would just be for Likert scaled questions. All right. So any of those variables that you've calculated in your study that were based on a Likert scale, you want to run reliability coefficients. We use Cronbach alpha when our data is normal, and we use Likert scaling. So all of you should be doing this on each of your measures within your own data set. Hope this was helpful. Thank y'all very much. Bye.